You know, one of the things I really truly believe is that most radio personalities create way too much content. Here's why. It's the concept of concentration of force, and it can be demonstrated like this. Now, I don't have someone to help me with this, so I'm going to explain it and you can do the experiment yourself. First of all, get an ordinary sheet of paper and stretch it tightly between both hands in front of you. Now, this paper represents your audience's level of awareness. In order to impact listeners, you have to cut through this one sheet of paper to get into their minds. Now, all you have to do is punch through that very thin sheet of paper to get into their mindset. Doesn't seem like it should be that hard, should it? Seems easy. Now, have someone place the palm of their hand right in the center of the paper. The 5 fingers in the center of the paper represents the 5 things you might be trying to teach your listener at any given time. But no matter how hard your partner presses on the center of that paper, they're not going to be able to get through that single sheet of paper. Now, to demonstrate concentration of force, have them take their index finger, one finger, and put it on the center of the paper and apply just a little bit of pressure. They'll cut through immediately. The lesson? You can teach listeners one thing at a time. Then and only then can you introduce another concept. It's the fastest way to build a meaningful brand as a station, a radio show, or a personality. So how does this apply to radio personalities? Well, most shows work pretty hard. They work too hard, in fact, on trying to do too many things. They try to become everything to their audience all at once. And as a result, they never really connect because they spread their emphasis, the 5 fingers, into too many areas. Building a personality brand happens in stages, and most personalities aren't patient enough to build one thing at a time. Learning theory proves that you can't teach a young child algebra. Not until they first learn to multiply and divide. And before they learn to multiply and divide, they have to learn addition and subtraction. Of course, they can't do that until they understand how numbers relate. But they'll never grasp that concept until they learn to count. So just like children, your audience will learn one step at a time, and each step is better learned when you practice concentration of force.